So here's the question I have to just rip off the Band-Aid. Do you think she's compromised?
Well, I think that's a really interesting question because I think they're all compromised.
Okay. Do you want me to be more specific?
Okay. You're probably going to say that she takes money from APAC.
Yes.
But the amount of, I looked into that, and she took something like $15,000 from APAC. That's kind of the bare minimum in APAC money. The ones that are heavily invested in get something like 250,000 plus. So 15,000, it's really not, it's a drop in the bucket.
You don't need money, Matt. All you need is...
She's a stripper. She needs money.
Yes, but that's the point. You don't need money to persuade her. All you need are tapes and video evidence and receipts.
It's true.
Receipts are
You
worth...
didn't have to pay a lot because you have the evidence.
Exactly. So you're actually
Fair
making
point.
my case.
Fair point.
My case
fair
is
point,
when
fair
you
point.
have... Let's go to the extreme. When you have Diddy tapes, you don't need to pay anything.
It's true.
So
The
here...
15 grand is symbolic.
Yes. So here's...
Just to put it on the page.
Here's my theory, and you guys tell me otherwise on the internet. The theory is simply this. She's a honeypot. She's made it known that she is of the same species of individuals who like to leverage money and honeypot people. And they got a wind of her and said, we're going to promote you. This is a game, Matt. This is the game. We're going to promote you. We're going to put you in positions of power. There are certain JFK files. There are certain 9/11 files. There are certain things that we'd like you to massage the message of for the benefit of our species and our people. And by the way, may I not forget to remind you, Anna Paulina Luna, that we have receipts on things that are probably don't need to see the light of day. And it would be wise of you to not make independent decisions, because that would be unwise. Actually, it would be wiser for you to make decisions based on committee so that we have, let's just say, thorough diligence before you make an unsophisticated decision. This is not a hard scenario to conjure up, Matt. It's very simple. She's compromised. She made poor decisions as a youth. When you make poor decisions as a youth on the internet today, with all of the receipts and video cameras, it is easy to say, we got you, bitch. You're going to do what we say, but we're going to make you look great. You're going to sell your soul for it. Shut the fuck up, and you'll be fine. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
She grows up in a sketchy way. She does extremely sketchy things like work at strip clubs. She becomes a conservative influencer from being a stripper. So you know that she has this chameleon-esque ability to navigate and move around. She is willing to change her name and her heritage to fit certain narratives. So you know that she is adaptable and moldable. And you put out this spread about her, showing her assets to the world, to all of these old, white, fuddy congressmen.
Fuddy.
Right?
Fuddy.
So that they have something to imagine. You put her in Congress looking like a schoolgirl because those guys like that shit. And all of a sudden, those videos go viral. And now she has the ability to get into any room and any conversation in Congress that she wants. She would be an extremely qualified and competent asset. And she is not smart enough to know that possibly she's being used as one.
You mean this is like the revelations that Monica Lewinsky was actually a Mossad agent and she was actually unsophisticated and didn't have any reason to be in the White House with Bill Clinton, and then suddenly she's in the White House with Bill Clinton with cigars and all sorts of weird objects, and suddenly Clinton makes decisions that are, let's just say, pro-Israel and pro-Zionist? Suddenly? This has never happened before, Matt.
Okay. I got it. I figured it out. I fucking figured it out. We just came full circle. I got it. I got it. We have been doing way too much noticing.
Oh, you mean that out of 587 congressmen, 492 are owned by AIPAC?
We've been doing too much noticing.
Like that.
We've been gathering the noticing community. And her handler said, hey, this is a good opportunity. Why don't you ruin Matt? She got the call. Because we started with, why did she choose my tweet and why did she come after me over anybody else?
Because you've been noticing too much, Matt.
It was intentional.
I love the fact, if I may.
She was targeted at us.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was put on to you.
Yes.
You know what I love? The fact that when Matt goes around to all these other podcasts, they never talk about me. It's fantastic. So, yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Matt. That's exactly it. She's been put on to you by her handlers, and they said, there's this little ruffian out there. He's named Matt Kim. He's not a problem yet, but we're keeping our eyes on him. Apparently, him and his psychopath, co-host are noticing a little bit too much, and I think we need to put him on notice. Maybe that's what they're doing, Matt. Wait for this video right here to get 17 views in the next 24 hours, bro. That's exactly what's going to happen.
So she has been deployed against us.
Yes, she's been activated.
So does that make her our arch nemesis now?
Well, I think anybody of that species that are pushing Zionist propaganda probably our enemy. Actually, it's probably America's worst enemy, not their greatest ally.
Like, does that have to become a thing where anytime she posts, our community goes and just checks in SAR?
You should check in Zionist SAR. You should check her in. Let her know. You know what would be funny? If we got to such mass, Matt, that anytime we wanted to troll, we would say, SARS, it's time for another mission. And then we can bomb people like these tweets and be like, check it in. And people are like, what are they saying? All we have is 10.
Can someone explain SAR to me, please?
Yeah, we have 17,000 checking in SARs. Why is this happening to me? And then suddenly on X, it's trending, checking in SAR. That would be the best.
Half of it is checking in SAR, and the replies are, do not redeem, do not redeem, do not redeem.
Exactly. I love it. No, could happen.
I think that's probably what happened, actually, now that I think about it, because it doesn't make any sense that she would come after me. Again, no relationship, no knowledge, no communication ever. So for her to go out of her way to pick my tweet and pick out my name, and she could have just retweeted it, but she said, can someone tell at Free Mad Kim, blah, blah, blah.
So I bet, and I'm sure there's
She could have just quote tweeted and said, declassification is done by the AG, and that would have sufficed. But she didn't. She went out of her way to say, can someone please tell at Free Mad Kim?
Well,
she was mobilizing against me.
She was. And it also doesn't help now the fact that we have connected the dots that she's probably a Mossad agent, that she's been compromised, and they have receipts and they've put her in positions of power. We've seen this before from other influencers for sure. And so, Matt, it's really disconcerting to know, fact, for everybody out there, fact, over 90% of all of our Congress is owned by a particular species group and a particular non-profit agency called APAC. We all know this. I would bet that if we could see the history and pathway of all of those congressmen and women, I bet we would see something eerily similar, Matt, to what happened to this Anna Paulina Luna person. That it was all the same narrative of four things. Made unwise decisions as a younger individual, compromised, contacted, and now positioned into places of power. That's how it is. That's how it is. Satan and his minions will use money and evil to control the politicians of our world. And someone might say, Peter, it's so harsh for you to say that about this beautiful-looking Anna Paulina from Florida.
You said beautiful.
Well, that's what I'm assuming they're saying. I don't think it's beautiful. That's exactly what I'm insinuating. She is a compromised asset, and now she's been activated against my friend, which now you're on my shit list.
It's not against me. It's against all of us. Because she thinks that she can just call us out because she has her handlers, that it's allowed to do so. But reality is no, you can't. There are so many of us now.
You don't know how many rooftop Koreans there are out there.
We are literally everywhere at this point, and our community on Soju is growing like gangbusters. We are pulling people from 4chan. They're trying to come over. Welcome, guys. We are pulling people from the Anons from X.
Yeah.
They're coming over. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, Anons.
We are picking up people that are not even on social media. They're like, dude, I'm in. We are growing so fast, so hard. And if these guys try to come in and fuck with what we're doing, try to negotiate or manipulate our words in order to fit their narrative, fuck you guys. We're going to come get you. Thanks for watching the clip. If you want to see the full episode, click here. If you want to see more clips, click here.